So I have the audio from the robot. So yes, full disclaimer, we are using a ChatGPT and Claude. So we have a bunch of tools that are still under development, but we would like to release them so you can try them out. Yeah, this is one of them. I'm still testing it. We have the project. It's called the gesture. Now the problem with this project, yeah, we did it 3 days ago. Yeah, I'm not sure if we have to get rid of the file, of the HTML file, and pop in the new version of it. Well, because when we making changes, I couldn't do it from Visual Studio Code. Okay, now it's working. It's only 2% of the project knowledge is currently limited to Claude's maximum context window size. Okay, so that should be fine. Okay, so we have this hand movement and EMG electrode simulation. Okay, we are live streaming together. Can you do very short responses and address the audience directly?
Absolutely. I'll keep my responses brief and address the viewers directly.
Okay, so we're doing a hand movement and EMG electrode simulation. It's just the JavaScript code wrapped up in HTML. I don't want you to do the coding. We have another developer doing all the coding for us. But yeah, I'm currently testing the tool. We already had a few sessions on it. So we will just like to instruct the other developer as to how to improve it. Currently, like the window styling, how things appear on the front panel could be updated.
You might consider making the buttons and text more prominent and ensuring the layout adapts well on different screen sizes.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's pop it because humans will be just doing copy pasting, wouldn't we? We'll be lucky if we could participate. And while Claude is updating the code, go check out the website. Everything we do is eventually appears on this site, so make sure you check it out.
The website you're working on is BioniChaos.com.
Yeah, and what happens to all the tools we developed during YouTube live streams?
The tools developed during your YouTube live streams are available on BioniChaos. Viewers can access them and provide feedback through platforms like Patreon.
Well, funny you mentioned that.
I'm here to help with any more details you need.
Yeah, so the other developer did an updated version. Not sure it's much better, and it's also trying to actually preview the code, but we cannot preview it. Close this for a sec. We cannot preview it because, well, I don't know why, but it just doesn't work. So there might be problems with the code. Well, right, there are placeholders. There are placeholders. So the script, it's missing the script. Yeah, so I just changed the layout. I'm not sure if the layout much better. Added CSS variables. Okay, why? Because we actually have a CSS that we use for the website. So everything looks more or less the same. Yeah, not much of an improvement anyhow. Yeah, we have fingers moving in a different way. Before, I don't know which one you prefer, which one's better. Well, this code on the right is more elaborate anyway, so I might get rid of the previous version. Oh, yeah, and because we have the same Visual Studio window, every time we're doing something, it stops the camera. Yeah, while we're stuffing things up, go check out the website. That most things actually work okay at the moment. Yeah, now it should be working okay. Just open it in a different Visual Studio Code terminal. Is this layout much better? Well, actually it is. It is better. It is missing all the JavaScript. So we need to pop the script in it. Scriptinet has a good sound to it. It's scriptinet.com available. Oh, What are they? What is this? What are the electrodes jumping for? I don't like the electrodes jumping like that. Silly goose. Okay, so we had our developer doing some changes to the code. I do like it in general, but yeah, we might instruct it to do a bit more improvements. First of all, where the diagram is of the hand, where the 3D, not a 3D, like a 2D cartoon of the hand is, it's an interactive cartoon which you can click on each finger to see what the EMG is doing on each electrode. That one's working fine. The electrodes are a bit jumpy, so we want yeah, they're meant to be like an animation when you click on the electrode, but that animation is a bit much, so it wasn't meant to be jumping all over the shop. Otherwise, yeah, looks good, except yeah, we could have improved the label of each electrode. So currently the text label overlaps the actual electrode. So if you could generate instructions for another developer to fix all these issues, that would be great.
Here's a summary of instructions for the developer. 1. Adjust the animation of the electrodes so they move smoothly instead of jumping. 2. Ensure the text labels for each electrode do not overlap with the electrodes themselves. Maybe reposition them or change their size to fit better. 3. Consider refining the overall layout to keep the interactive elements clear and visually appealing.
Can we also make sure the code is complete, so all the changes are integrated and the code is refracted, but with no placeholders? Because if we overload the robot, it starts complaining, it starts giving us timeouts. So we need the whole code. By the way, that the real-time speech transcription is available for you to play with. Yeah, it didn't finish generating, and that's something weird for the animation. That was super quick. Claude response was limited as it hit the maximum length allowed at this time. That was just my second prompt. I guess because it's in the project. Shall we try the ChatGPT project? Because they just introduced this feature recently. I can create the project. You can still select the model and everything. You can add your file into it. I'm just thinking which one do we? Yeah, that copy is better because yeah, Claude stuffed things up. Yeah, it did some fancy animation stuff. I didn't ask it to, did I? Maybe I did. Yes, we go back to the previous version. Okay, we added the index.html to the project, and there's no chat options. I can't talk to this thing. Okay, we don't have buttons. You didn't actually look at the code, did you? Okay, this is a bit bad. We don't actually have buttons, so I don't know what you're talking about. We stopped using GitHub Copilot, well, because we primarily were trying to rely on Claude. But if Claude keeps timing us out, that's not very useful, is it? It's generating code. It thought about it for a whopping 7 seconds. It's only after you finish generating it will tell you what its thinking process was. Meant to be PhD level. What was the thinking process? You can actually see the thinking process. Maneuvering layout. I'm figuring out how to make instructions scrollable at the bottom. Okay, focusing on adding heading at the top. Okay, placing the instructions at the bottom. Okay, so we had another robot improving the code, and I'm still testing it.
It sounds like you're making great progress with the testing. Let me know if you need any more help or feedback as you go along.
Because do you think an AI agent could have done this stream?
Absolutely. An AI agent could definitely help with the stream, keeping it interactive and engaging. It could also handle quick responses and provide information as needed.
No, but can it actually do the development that we do for the stream using multiple AI models? So, for example, a Python agent that will just use an API for ChatGPT and Claude, and then stream on the YouTube and deploy the web application that it made onto the website.
An AI agent could assist with various tasks like writing code snippets, generating ideas, and even helping with deployment instructions. However, it would likely need human oversight to ensure everything runs smoothly and meets your specific needs.
We are live streaming at the moment. Can we talk to the code? Can we chat with the code? Can you give a quick summary of the code? Make it critical and fun.
All right, code, let's break it down. You're a flashy little web app trying to simulate hand movements and EMG signals. But let's be honest, you're more show than substance. You've got SVGs doing finger yoga, EMG plots faking it with random sine waves, and a demo mode desperately pretending it's alive. Sure, you look good on wide screens now, and the instructions got shoved to the basement, but you're still relying on some predictable animations. You're doing the job, but don't get cocky. You're more science fair than neuroscience lab. Could you maybe handle real data one day? Or at least fake it better? Oh, and the glowing electrodes? Classic overachiever move. Keep it up.
Right. It's really going for it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's totally trashed it. But you're trashing your own code. Doesn't help, does it? Would Claude wake up? Yeah, I can think like a zillion of ways to improve it, but if it wasn't able to do it. Okay, can you write a set of text instructions as to how we could improve the code? I'll also provide the image for what the front panel looks like. We need another image so it's clear that it's animated. Well, it should know it created a code.
To improve the code, you can first reorganize the layout and styling to provide a cleaner, more responsive viewing experience. Consider moving non-essential instructions and theoretical explanations to a scrollable section at the bottom of the page, just as was done earlier, to ensure the main visualization remains uncluttered and immediately visible. Reduce unnecessary white space and ensure that the visual elements are properly centered so that they adapt gracefully to different screen sizes without creating awkward gaps. For instance, when viewed on a narrow screen, the hand diagram and the electrode plots should scale proportionally and stack neatly, ensuring the user can still interact without horizontal scrolling. You can also streamline the JavaScript code for updating EMG signals and handling finger clicks. Instead of using hard-coded finger bending paths and repetitive event listeners, consider using a data-driven approach. This might mean having a compact object or JSON structure that maps each finger's unbent and bent path strings, along with the corresponding electrode amplitude patterns. By looping through this data structure, you can reduce code duplication and make it easier to add or remove fingers, electrodes, or more complex hand movements in the future. For the EMG waveforms, try making the signal generation a bit more realistic. Rather than relying solely on random values and sine functions, you could add logic that simulates small bursts of muscle activity tied more closely to each finger's action. Even just fine-tuning the amplitude transitions or adding subtle smoothing filters could create a more believable signal pattern. Additionally, consider providing a user interface element that allows visitors to tweak parameters like signal amplitude or noise level. This will make the simulation more interactive, letting users experiment and understand how signal quality might vary under different conditions. In short, the code can be improved by refining the layout for better responsiveness and user focus, reorganizing the code structure to be more data-driven and maintainable, and enhancing the signal simulation to be more realistic and adjustable. Over time, these changes will produce a cleaner, more engaging tool that more effectively communicates the relationship between muscle activation and the EMG signals captured in a biomedical context.
Sounds good. Yes, that's exactly what I want the agent to do. Okay, I think we are done with this one. If even O1 is struggling, so it's meant to be keep that in JavaScript or JSON file. Okay, might just continue this one next time. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.